I can't wait to show you. But first, let me recognize a few special guests. And first of all, I want to acknowledge my wife, Paula, who's here with me today. Thank you, Paula, for continuing to put up with me and support me as mayor of the city of Portsmouth and for helping me to make our city better. Thank you. We're also joined by our Portsmouth constitutional officers. Would you all please stand and be recognized when your name is called? We have the clerk of the court, Ms. Cynthia Morrison. We have our Portsmouth School Board members with us here today. If you would all stand and be recognized, please. I want to welcome our chief, the best chief in the region of police, Chief Stephen Jenkins. And our other best chief in the region, Fire Chief Nestor Mangubat. And of course, my CEO, our CEO, City Manager Stephen Carter. Now to the team that gets stuff done. Our City Council, Vice Mayor William Moody Jr. Rear Admiral Mark Hugel. Vernon Tillage Jr. Catherine Bryant. Dr. William Dodson Jr. and Yolanda Thomas. I need to take a moment also to recognize my Hampton Roads mayors, all of which, I'm gonna put something out there and they won't tell you about it, but all of them have a connection to Portsmouth. Either through coming up here, growing up here, going to school here, or just visiting Portsmouth, because Portsmouth is really the place where you wanna be. So thank you guys for coming. Now, last year, I shared with you that this was a city where life moves you, a place of empowerment, elevation, and excellence. This year, we're moving forward. Last year, I told you that we were going to tear down that jail on the waterfront. Today, the walls are coming down, folks. Last year, I told you we were going to reimagine the Crawford Bay waterfront, the old Holiday Inn site. This year, the proposals are coming in. And last year, I told you about a new innovation district called the Link District that's going to connect our people, each other, and our future. Today, there are new apartments and townhomes rising up, new public events with endless possibilities. What I want you to know about the state of our city is this: there is real change happening right now in Portsmouth. All those things we talked about 20, 30 years ago, all the things people said were never going to happen, they're happening. Because you don't move a city forward by being afraid to take a chance, by worrying about what your city's reputation might be or what the naysayers might say. That's not what we do. Sorry, guys, hang with me. You move a city forward with passion, purpose, leadership, and a bold new direction. Like my mama used to say, if you wait on everybody to get ready, you ain't never gonna get ready. So, are you ready? You know, I had a conversation recently with a well-known developer in the region, and I asked him straight out. I said, can Portsmouth be that high-end market? Can we attract luxury retail and all of that? And he looked me straight in the eye, and you know what he said? He said, no. I said, okay. He said, that's not who you are, Shannon. And he was right. Portsmouth is a blue-collar city, a shipyard city, a military city, a proud working-class city. That's who we are, folks. That doesn't limit us, though. That's our advantage. Because right now, the country's defense and maritime economy is being built around industries already excelling in Portsmouth. Shipbuilding and advanced manufacturing is happening right now. Logistics, distribution, defense support, and renewable energy. That's the new blue economy, and we're at the center of it. And we have the workforce and training to support it. So the question isn't whether economic opportunity is coming to Portsmouth, it's already here. Companies are moving and investing here because they see a strategic location, a tight-knit business community and maritime community, and a city that makes people feel welcome. At the new AMP, Commonwealth Sortation Facility in Portsmouth, they are expanding recycling and waste collection through advanced AI-powered processing, the first in the nation, right here in Portsmouth. Collins Machine Works is expanding its Portsmouth headquarters to strengthen its support of defense and heavy industry through computer-guided manufacturing. And Mercy Chefs made a $3.5 million investment to turn a historic Portsmouth property into its new headquarters and expand its national disaster and humanitarian relief mission. You know, I was talking to Mr. Gary LeBlanc at Mercy Chefs, and one of the things he said to me, and I said to him, that dignity should never be a casualty of a disaster. And right here at Rivers, they're holding a topping off ceremony after this event for the new Landing Hotel. The hotel represents a big investment in our city, a big step toward making Portsmouth a regional entertainment destination. A reception will follow at Admiral's Steak and Seafood, and I hope you all can stick around for that event. Now, 5 months ago, a new company called Radiant Forge partnered with Fairlead Structures here on the industrial Portsmouth waterfront to push the boundaries of modern shipbuilding. It's amazing stuff. Check this out.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
At Radiant Forge, we print large parts for the Navy and the Department of War out of welding wire. Think of it like any other form of 3D printing. This one just so happens to use traditional welding techniques to lay down material. Shipbuilding has a lot of constraints. One of them that's primarily affecting most of the country right now is large pieces that are casted. Traditional casting houses have between 12 and 18 months backlog. This seeks to reduce that to weeks. So that kind of gives us a way to get the parts to the warfighter faster. We're looking to produce big format parts, things like rudder stocks. We're looking at producing large valves, propellers, and ultimately next door we're looking at printing entire hulls of classes of ships that don't even exist yet. Portsmouth is shipbuilding. You can't drive over a bridge and not see a ship somewhere. It's the perfect location for what we do. It makes the logistics side of what we do much easier. And it's got a workforce that already understands the demand that's out there. This seeks to play into what this generation enjoys, which is video games and iPads and tablets. Right now, we have 7 people that are predominantly engineers as we set this system up. But as we move forward, we'll be able to take anybody off the street with just a high school education and teach them how to use this robot very quickly. I'm Jeff Yeager, President and CEO of Radiant Forge, and I brought my business to Portsmouth.
Our service-disabled veteran Jeff Yeager from Radiant Forge is here with us today. Jeff, please stand and be recognized. And thank you, Jeff, for bringing your business here. Now, thanks to people like Jeff Yeager, 2025 was a year of progress in Portsmouth. We saw over $333 million in total investment, more than double from the previous year. 300 new businesses, hundreds of new jobs, Over 1,600 new homes are underway, and more than $500,000 in loans and property investment grants to small businesses. Now, I did say, and like I said, this is a working class town, and that includes shopkeepers, bartenders, and restaurant workers. So this year, the Portsmouth Partnership put on one of the biggest high street festivals ever. Thousands of people came out to support those local shops, chefs, vendors, and artists. One shop owner said it was like Christmas in October. We also saw Bloom Co-working launch the new Bloom Market pop-up retail program, where small business owners can test their ideas and build something of their own. And down at the new Link Innovation District, apartments and townhomes are going up. The third annual Wall Street Mural Arts Festival is slated for tomorrow. I hope you all can attend from noon to 7 p.m. You see, our city is finding its way, not only through big investments, but through small businesses. Art, culture, people are coming together to make our city better. They're people like Joe Harmon. Joe is a busy guy. He's the coordinator of secondary performing arts for Portsmouth Public Schools. He's the chairman of our Parks and Recreation Commission. He's the city liaison to the Virginia Symphony. And he sits on the Portsmouth Economic Development Authority Board. Joe is helping us to bridge the arts, commerce, culture, and history to create a place that is uniquely Portsmouth. Here's Joe.
Find your way.
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 Find your way here.
Find your
Find your
way.
way. Find your way here.
So across America, we're beginning to see a return to older cities and really diving into the history and the cultural aspect of these old cities. And we're seeing Gen X, millennials, Gen Z, and even younger generations returning to the city. They're about culture, they're about experience, and what some cities don't have that are younger cities, Portsmouth has. Portsmouth, literally a city created in the 1700s, has so much history that has been untapped for years. We're using that along with culture to create a vibrant district. The Link is short for Lincolnsville, an ode to an old African-American settlement to which some of the greatest African-Americans that you see, I.C. Norcom, Jeffrey Wilson, all these prominent figures were in this area. The area you're standing in right now is the Link Wall Street, which is an alleyway that we've really activated with art. There's a story in every brick, there's a story in every piece of concrete that's broken, and how can we make something that's deemed not beautiful, beautiful? When I see the Link, when I see these areas that have been forgotten, when I see people investing in their community, that is what really fuels my energy to making Portsmouth better. How do we do that? It's through art, it's through culture, it's through engagement, and it's through community. The possibilities are endless. Find your way here and find your way back here. I'm Joe Harmon, and I believe in the economic future of the city of Portsmouth.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe is here with us today. Joe, would you please stand and be recognized? And thank you, Joe, for all you do for our city. Once again, there's no progress without people. But if our people don't feel safe, nothing else we do matters. Reducing crime and violence in Portsmouth is always our challenge. And in 2025, we made real measurable progress. Overall crime dropped by 15%. But more importantly, the crimes that impact people's lives, they mostly dropped even further. Homicides were down 44%. Robberies dropped 28%. Motor vehicle thefts fell 22%. And by the way, you know, a lot of those motor vehicle thefts are from people that leave the keys in their car while it's running. How about that? So stop leaving your keys in your car, folks. Burglaries declined by 26%. In 2025, police response times improved, investigations got stronger, and clearance rates went up. That's progress, folks. And our police department deserves a round of applause. Want to acknowledge the leadership of our police department. Our chief is with us today, Chief Stephen Jenkins. Would you please stand and be recognized, sir? And by the way, the mayor always says, and we say this at council and when we're in front of our community, all of us are in this together in reducing crime. If you see something, say something. And what that means is that the people of the city also deserve an applause for the work that they're doing to reduce crime. Because in neighborhood after neighborhood this year, Rock the Block events help residents clean up their streets, reduce crime, and join hands to fix problems. And through Portsmouth United, we're reaching even further into our communities. Portsmouth United is a nonprofit that works in our highest risk areas. They bring together law enforcement, clergy, nonprofits, community leaders to reduce violence and connect our young people to mentorship, training, and opportunity. And as y'all can see, it's working. The truth is, our police can't be everywhere all the time. We will have setbacks. There will be times that test us, but we can't let them define us. I don't care what labels people try to put on this city, my city, our city. I don't care about the negativity or the names. This is us, and this is Portsmouth. You know, we're doing the hard work to face our challenges, invest in our people, and find our way forward. Now, if we're serious about building a stronger Portsmouth, we've got to support the next generation. And that's just what our public schools are doing. The 2025 graduating class had 310 honor graduates and earned more than $17 million in scholarships. Nearly 170 students earned college credits or associate's degrees before they even graduated, folks. And this year, the Youth and Entrepreneurship Pilot Program earned statewide workforce readiness awards by preparing our students for today's in-demand jobs. Access to health care makes our city stronger too. And the Navy is stepping up in a big way. At Naval Medical Center Portsmouth, the Navy's first Level 2 trauma center is providing life-saving care, not only to military families, but to civilians across Portsmouth and Hampton Roads. That kind of leadership matters, and it makes our city stronger. And I would ask that the leaders at Portsmouth Naval Medical Center please stand up and be recognized. We're seeing that same commitment from Bon Secours. Today, Portsmouth has one of the highest rates of breast cancer mortality in Virginia. And for too long, women in Portsmouth have had to leave the city just to get routine mammography care. Thankfully, Bon Secours stepped up and opened a new women's imaging center in Portsmouth last year. Women can now access critical screenings close to home, removing that barrier, a big barrier, to preventive care and early detection. Thank you to both the United States Navy and Bon Secours for helping people find the care they need in our community. And you know what else people are finding in Portsmouth? A place to call home. Right now, we've got more than 1,600 new homes under construction across the city. Single-family homes, townhomes, apartments, real options for working families, young professionals, and first-time home buyers. places people can afford and build a life. At the link, Kings Landing and Baines Point will bring nearly 100 new townhomes and apartments this year. And right down the block from where we're reviving the port community right now. This project has stalled since 2008 recession. But this year, Canopy Development will move forward the construction of over 500 new homes here on the west side of Portsmouth. And it will be transformational for our city. Of course, Portsmouth will always be known for its history, and some of the region's most beautiful and historic homes are here in Old Town. And with our plans to redevelop Crawford Bay and the waterfront, Old Town is becoming an even stronger investment. People are waiting years to buy a home there. People like the Taylor family.
Find your way.
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 Find your
Find
way.
your way.
Find your way here.
We went on a house search for about 5 years, and we looked at all of the houses on the market, even some that weren't on the market.
Hoping to find just the right one until we found this beautiful place.
Old Town Portsmouth has such a small town community feel. My family moved here in 1870. My great-great-great-grandfather was a ship carpenter and moved his family here. And it was such an honor to move back to where my entire family has been. We love being so close to the water. We can walk right down to the waterfront and watch the ships come in, and the ferry's right there as well. You can take a trip over and watch a Tigers game. We just love it.
We have 2 kids here. They have friends that live within a block. They have a park right next door to our house, and there's all kinds of activities. Like this morning, they just went down to the little coffee shop and got themselves breakfast. Just little things like that we love about this community. We're excited to be ahead of the curve, and we get to see Portsmouth grow and the city that we love grow and do amazing things for its future. We're the Taylor family, and we found our way here to Old Town Portsmouth.
The Taylor family is with us here today. Would you all please stand and be recognized and welcome back home to Portsmouth. So let me share a quick story with you. Last year, some of us took a trip to Greenville, South Carolina. If you've been there before, you know what it is today. There are restaurants, shops, and people everywhere. It's a place people want to be. But it wasn't always like that. At one point, the downtown struggled. Buildings and shops were vacant. No one had a reason to go there. So to fix it, their city council and the mayor made a really unpopular decision. They spent $18 million to tear down a bridge that ran through downtown. People said they were crazy. It was a waste of money. It wouldn't work. But when the bridge came down, it revealed something that had been hiding all along, a waterfall. And once people could see it, everything changed. The city built around it. They invested in it. They turned it into a destination. Now people are there day and night. There are festivals and events, shops, restaurants, and yes, a whole lot of energy. And here's what Mayor White told me. By the way, Mayor White served as the mayor for 30 years in Greenville, South Carolina. I told him I didn't know if I'd be here that long. He said to me, Mayor, you've got to find your waterfall. And that stuck with me, ladies and gentlemen. Because here in Portsmouth, we don't have to find our waterfall. We have it. It's our waterfront. And for too long, we've done nothing with it. We've just accepted things as they were. And that's the difference in Portsmouth right now. That's what I want you to know about Portsmouth right now. All those things we talked about but never did, we're doing them. Today, Portsmouth Economic Development Authority is getting stuff done. So if I could ask that team to stand up right now, just so you could be recognized, I would appreciate it. Portsmouth Economic Development Authority. See, things don't just happen, folks. It's the teams that makes things happen. They're making focused investments to turn our downtown waterfront and the Link Innovation District into places where people want to be. A place for markets and for festivals, restaurants and entertainment, art, history, culture. At the Holiday Inn site at Crawford Bay, we have 6 acres of prime waterfront that has sat vacant since 2008. Again, sat vacant since 2008. We're not waiting anymore. Last year, we set the stage for a group of citizens to share their vision for our waterfront. Today, we're fielding proposals to turn Crawford Bay into a true destination with shops and entertainment, public events, residential living, and maybe even a rooftop bar and restaurant. At the Link, we're transforming the long underutilized stretch of High Street into a new hub for creativity, entrepreneurship, and community connection. So far, we've secured $24 million in federal and state funding for infrastructure and landscaping improvements. Stay tuned. And we're clearing blighted properties and acquiring land for new studios, retail, and creative spaces. We're building new apartments and townhomes and helping existing property owners upgrade their storefronts. We're excited about the possibilities and everything we're creating there. And then there's that jail, y'all. I know so many people said, who would build a jail on their prime property? For decades, it has sat on some of the most valuable waterfront in this city. So now we're tearing it down. We're creating space for something better and connecting our pedestrian waterfront from the Portsmouth Pavilion stage all the way to Crawford Bay. Lastly, as your chief visionary officer of the city of Portsmouth, we're going to make the most of our downtown waterfront. You can count on it. We're going to build around it, invest in it. We're going to create a place that celebrates who and what we are, where there's always something happening. Markets, music, art, history, food, nightlife, culture. We're going to give everybody, each and every one of you, a reason to find your way here. That's how we'll turn around our waterfront and we'll make it our waterfall. So I want to take you back for a moment, back to the story in Greenville. You see, tearing down that bridge wasn't popular. People thought it didn't make sense, but it changed everything. And that's exactly what we're doing in Portsmouth. We're making bold decisions. We're investing in our future so that the next generation can find their path and their place in our great city. Let me show you one more story before we go. It's about a very special teacher named Janelle Jones. And see, I knew Janelle when she was a little girl. And Mr. and Mrs. Jones is with her, her parents. I'm so proud of this young lady. So we're going to let you know about Janelle and how she is helping students at Churchland High School find their way in life through dance.
Find your way. Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
When my time in New York City was coming to end as a professional dancer, I thought to myself, where am I going? What am I going to do with my life? And I thought the best way to keep dance in my life was to teach others my passion and love for dance. The way I got to Churchland High School, I feel like it was fate. My aunt told me that there was an opening. I had no idea that Churchland even had a dance program. So I went in for the interview, and I've now been here for 8 years. When I first started the dance program, there were 18 students in the program. But now I can say that I have 67 kids in my dance program. What I love so much about teaching in Portsmouth is being able to create an opportunity for students that might not be able to have this if they did not have the dance program here at Church and High School. I believe that dance is an outlet. I believe it's a safe space. Here in the dance studio is our sanctuary. You can be you. You can feel free to express yourself through movement. If you don't know how to say something, maybe you can let it out through your body. This is bigger than dance. These kids are learning confidence. I've seen maturity. I've seen the way they handle situations. I've seen the leadership qualities. I really believe life is better when you dance. I'm Janelle Jones, and this is the Church and High School Dance Academy. Find your way here.
Leg out. It's breezy.
US, AG.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
hey.
Yeah. Pull up on you, tell your man I'm sorry. 100 on my wrist, jumping out the Rory. Uzi hit the split, she know how to party. When I'm with my clique, we know how to party. How to party up, we know how to party. How to party up, we know how to party. How to party up, we know how to party. How to party up, we know how to party. Uptown, downtown, everywhere we get down, it's about to go down. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, let's go. It goes left foot, it goes right foot, it goes left foot, it goes right foot. Catch the wall, touch them toes, turn around like it's gold. Back it up, so you know you got control. Let me hit you with that. Pep rally, pep rally, pep rally. Oh, this a pep rally, pep rally, pep rally, pep rally. Oh, this a pep rally, pep rally. My friends be at the pep rally, screaming and shaking, man. We at the pep rally. Go ahead and dip at it. The go-go playing my jam like a watermelon.
Wow, how about that? How about celebrating these young people? Creativity through dance. Now, I'm going to ask that Janelle Jones finds her way up to the stage. Janelle, if you would come forward, please. You all help Janelle get up here now. Ladies, amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you all for entertaining. So we're waiting for the lady of the hour here, this creative, inspiring teacher, Janelle Jones. And in the city of Portsmouth, we want you to know we love you. We love your students. We love what you are creating, this creative spirit. And I just need you to share something with the audience if you are so inclined. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I've been knowing you a long time. And I want to thank Mr. and Mrs. Jones, your parents, for being here. You've come a long way, and we're so freaking proud of you.
Hello, everyone. I definitely am put on the spot. I'm a dancer, not a speaker, so please bear with me. I first want to say I'm so proud of all of my dancers. They take on any task I throw at them. We are preparing for our spring concert right now, May 21st at Church and High School. If anyone wants to attend, it is free and open to the public. But while we were doing that, we were given this opportunity, and I literally just threw this at them yesterday. So yes, I'm very proud of them for taking it on. I am elated. Thank you for recognizing me. When I left New York City, I didn't know what I was going to do after professional dance, and I found my way to teaching, and I really do feel like it's my purpose, and I was reminded that today. So I appreciate you all, and thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Janelle. One more round of applause for these wonderful ladies and their teacher, Janelle Jones. So you've heard all the comments. I'm so happy. And in closing, I just want to say this to each and every one of you. Find your way to Portsmouth. Find the opportunities, the creativity, the culture. Portsmouth is moving in a bold direction. And many of you in this room are going to be a big part of how that story turns out. We know what our waterfall is, and we know what we want to become. Before I ask you all, and before I say goodbye, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms that are in the crowd today. We have a parting gift for you. I wish I was able to be with my mom on Mother's Day, Willie Mae Glover, my mother, the lady who set my feet on this path of excellence. Love her to death. Also want to acknowledge all of our people, all of our staff, all of the folks in the city of Portsmouth that put their hand in the dirt and do the work, because what you see here requires heavy lifting. It doesn't require people to do a lot of talking, because talking never got anything done. So thank you all for finding your way here today. The best is yet to come. Now we're going to transition, and I think the Rivers team is going to come up because we do have that topping off ceremony. So once again, we encourage everybody to stay behind if you can for the topping off ceremony. All the best to each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you, and God bless the city of Portsmouth.